Hello YouTube, this is Huck4014. Today's video is Gen Z men in 2026. I'm going to be talking about the challenges Gen Z, especially Gen Z men, really women too, we're all facing, and things that you should be working on, or at least considering, and ways we can better our situation and make things better for us. So of course, first off, the situation is bad and it's getting worse. Don't black pill, guys. But low employment opportunities. There's not a lot of jobs, and the jobs that are available are minimum wage, not the best. Of course, low wages at that. We have low marriage rates. Gen Z is having a hard time getting married, finding people to marry. Relationship wise, not the best as far as most recent history goes. Uh, High taxes, especially for Europeans and blue state Americans. Our taxes are just getting worse and worse. And, sure, some of those social programs do help a lot for people who need it. But if you watch Nick Shirley's video, you can see how most of that is not really the case. And especially in a lot of more wealthy Western countries, money is not going to where people think it's going, and there's a lot of scams and there's a lot of problems there. So we're bombarded with it. We're seeing all of our money every paycheck. They take it straight out of your paycheck, and you go look on the internet and, oh, look at all these scams. They're scamming the government, taking all the money and sending it to different countries. It's demoralizing. I think it's designed to be demoralizing, but don't let it demoralize you. High depression, obviously, because of all these things. Gen Z's depression, and probably the Gen Alphas too are probably going to deal with a lot of that. Uh, Seems like it's all getting worse. And of course, violence. We're seeing a rise in violence, especially political violence. There's a lot of assassinations that have happened, obviously, in the past in 2025. We had political assassinations and other types of assassinations. I don't know if Luigi Mangione, we could call that very political, but it has been politicized very heavily. That is for sure. Um, but yeah, we're seeing lots of violence, and a lot of that violence potentially could lead to civil war in not just America, in Europe. Um, we're seeing the signs, the writings on the wall, and a lot of people are starting to notice things. Lots of noticing. And yeah, people are not happy. People are upset. And remember, with all that, with all the violence and the potential for war that we're going to see, we are not the first generation to deal with this. That kind of stuff has happened throughout all of human history. Warfare, violence. It's just naturally part of being a human on this planet. It's the way it is. So I'm going to go over a couple things that I think people should be doing, especially Gen Z men should be doing to make the situation better and make life better for us. So first big thing, first category is community/tribe. So that kind of starts with your family. Be there for your family. Talk to your family. Make sure your family's taken care of if they need help with something. Us as Gen Z men, we're the young bucks. We're strong. Hopefully you're strong. You should be working out. You know, a dad or grandpa, grandma, whoever needs help, like just lend a hand. Like they need help moving furniture, just go help move furniture. Just be there, do the heavy lifting, and be there for your family, because your family, you need each other. Um, Friends, having friends. And I know a lot of people are having a hard time finding friends, and friends are something that people struggle to find, and it it's probably more so with the whole way we were raised through the internet and everything. And 2020, the whole coof, that messed up a lot of stuff. But you gotta be forming friendships with people. Invite your friends to go on hikes, go to the gym. Just find friends. And if you don't have friends, do stuff to better yourself and find people in that circle. So I have no friends. Let's just say I don't have any friends. Okay, so I'll go to the gym and I'll make friends at the gym because there's something we have in common. Or maybe I go to the gun store. I will just walk into a gun store and just hang out and just talk to people. it's like going to the pub. Like you go to a bar, and I wouldn't recommend really going there because maybe it depends on the bar. There's some pretty good ones in my area. Honestly, it's actually not that bad. But you just go outside. Get off the internet. When you're done watching this YouTube video, go find friends. Go do something. Um, of course, motivate your friends. Build together. Grow together. Another one is coworkers. And if you work full time, most of your life is going to be spent with your coworkers. I have a coworker who's in his 50s, and he always says, if we're miserable here, well, that's just our whole lives being miserable because we spend a majority of our time at work. So if you are at work, you want to have a good relationship with your coworkers. You want to, be able to make them laugh and they make you laugh. You don't want to be mean to them and you don't want them to be mean to you. So just having that and, find things in common. That's one place you could find friends. Sure. Um, Something I didn't add on here is church. I'm not very religious myself, but church is also a very important thing. Community within a church, that's big, and a lot of people can find a lot of good stuff there and good people through a church. Um, and of course, work a job that is enjoyable. If you're working as a dishwasher at a Chinese restaurant and you don't know what they're saying and they're yelling at you, I am speaking from experience. That's not a fun place to be. Maybe you go work at an auto shop or a gun store or a gym or something that you know that you might be interested in. I don't know, a video game store. I mean, retro video games are sick. I love them. Find a good job that you will be good at and that you will enjoy. Finding a job isn't always about making money. Yes, that's the point, is to make money and to make a living, but it has to be something you enjoy. So don't work a miserable job your whole life just so you can buy the newest car and the newest game console so you can be keeping up with the Joneses. Don't worry about any of that. It's all capitalism. It's all consumerism, and it's lame. Don't worry about it. And yeah, your neighbors as well. Whether you live in an apartment building, you live in a trailer park, you live in a mansion, being able to you just wave at your neighbors, say hello, smile at them. Maybe ask them how things are going. If they need to borrow something or help doing something, offer a hand. Just be neighborly. Be friendly to your neighbors, and that whole thing, like within your community and building a tribe and all. It's just important to have that community and being part of your community and um, having people to do stuff with. It's big. It really is. The whole friend group and the tribal side of it is something I've experienced a lot. I do a lot of training and I do a lot of hiking and rucking and all sorts of stuff with a training group, and we're very close and we train together, and we always help each other with stuff. That form of community is very important, and I think more Gen Z men need that. Let me flip over. All right. So the second category is yourself as an individual. Your health is most important. Eating clean food, getting enough protein, getting enough fiber, enough vitamins, taking supplements is like vitamin supplements, maybe protein powder if you're really at that level. And of course, working out. Cardio is probably the most important thing. Cardio and stretching. Your your mobility is very important. Weightlifting is good too, and you should be doing all of it. Really, if you're a man, you should be doing all of it. Drinking enough water. Not drinking soda pop all the time. Not drinking energy drinks all the time. Having water. Delicious. And yeah, I'm a weirdo. I always use a filter. I filter my water either with a Brita or the Life Straw, but I'm gonna get on the topic of filters later. And go on hikes. Nature is amazing. Nature will heal you. Just going outside. It doesn't matter where you live. You could live in Mojave Desert. I've went on hikes in deserts. It's fun. I live in the Pacific Northwest, so I have all these mountains and all this beautiful scenery and trees. But even just a flat desert, like it's still awesome. You just have to get outside and just go for a walk. Go walk however many miles you're comfortable with, but just do it and invite your friends to do it. Invite your people to do it, uh, and encourage them. That kind of group activity, Gen Z men getting outside, exercising in a group, that's huge, and we need more of that. And you should be planning that right now for the summertime with your friends. All right. The third category is prepare for worst case. War, civil war, WROL. It's the worst case scenario. Shit hits the fan type stuff. For that, it is very possible. It is very possible in our lifetime, us Gen Z, and I think the West, most of Europe and America, North America mostly, is going to experience large scale violence within Gen Z's lifetime. I believe it's inevitable. Just the way we're seeing things go, the tensions building up. Our economies are actually not doing very good in Western societies. I mean, everything looks good. The new PlayStation, Game Boy Advanced gadgets are still on the shelf at Target, and the stocks are doing so super, and the sports ball team we're watching they're going to the Super Bowl. It's that's all bread and circuses, guys. Like, things aren't getting any better, and they're just going to get worse before they get worse. I'm not trying to black pill you. I'm not trying to make this all doom and gloom, but that is what I believe is the reality of what we are facing right now. Um, so on that, your community, your tribe, and personal health will get you through. Um, I think that's the most important thing. Everyone talks about prepping, and I'll get into that topic too, and firearms and training. But just having good health and having a good community is probably the biggest thing that you're going to need, and that will get you through. Of course, prepping food, medicine, and ammunition. Beans, band-aids, and bullets is kind of the phrase people use, and just having a stockpile. It's an icky word, but having a stockpile of things that you will use, like ammunition for your weapons and food for you to eat and ways to filter water and band-aids and medicine. It's all important. Again, the water filtration, having a way to filter water, and being able to secure water, and having different ways of filtering water and purifying water. I don't know what y'all's budgets allow, but a good start is just a life straw, a Sawyer life straw, whatever you want to get. And these are great when you go hiking, because you can go find a supposedly clean water source, and the filter gives you a little bit more peace of mind that that water will be filtered. Any kind of icky things in the water will mostly be filtered through it. And of course, if you want to take it a step farther, you boil your water and then you filter it. All good stuff. Um, Food. I was talking about how our economy is not necessarily the greatest, especially for Gen Z and money and everything. But you can get MREs or MRE equivalents and top ramen, and you can maybe instead of buying the new Nintendo Switch 2, you can start setting aside money every paycheck or every month or every couple of months to store some food and just have stuff. I would say for each person you're trying to prepare for, maybe at least a month worth of food. And I think that's a bare minimum. If you don't have at least a month of food, that might be a problem for you. And you should probably get that squared away. Um, I mean, quite honestly, you should probably have at least a month of food in your pantry as far as just your regular food, your beans or whatever it is, canned goods, stuff like that. And of course, having chickens and having farm animals, like renewable food, is very important. But that's I'd say that's obvious. Um, and medical supplies. Everything from Hello Kitty Band-Aids to trauma kits that include things like tourniquets and knowing how to apply the tourniquet to yourself and apply the tourniquet to other people. This is a CAT, Combat Application Tourniquet. And it's a windlass type tourniquet that you apply to an appendage, your arm or leg. You get shot, cut, you hit yourself with an axe by mistake, which can and does happen. Just just everyday situations that are like oopsie poopsie, don't bleed out, having that kind of stuff, and combat gauze and chest seals and all that great stuff, good stuff to have. And be educated on your equipment. Don't just buy random medical equipment, especially cheap Chinese knockoff medical equipment, and just have it and think you're squared away. You need to train with it. You need to be prepared with it. You need to know how to use it and how to implement it effectively and safely, because there is a potential for causing more harm when it comes to trauma care. You can cause more harm to the patient or yourself if you do not know what you're doing and if you are using inadequate equipment. It's best to just, spend the money on good equipment and spend some time learning and maybe attend some classes if you could find some. There's plenty of information out there on the internet. You could find YouTube videos to get a general idea how to use it. Then go attend a class. Yes, train with it. So the last thing, I'd say the most cool that everyone likes to talk about, but I think is the least important, is firearms. And in America, I'll speak for America, but I'll say whatever the predominant weapon is in your country or area is, like, whatever the military and the police and the vast majority of civilians might own is what you want to have. You want to have ammunition compatibility and parts compatibility with the people or government in your area. That way it's easier to find parts and it's easier to find ammunition. And if for some reason you don't have your gun and you come across one, you probably are very well trained on it because that's what you were using, right? So in America, a AR-15, just a basic AR-15 with detachable box-fed magazine, semi-auto, 5.56, take standard AR mags, with a sling. Mine has a sling, just kind of like all, bound up there, and a flashlight. The sights, optional. What I mean by optional is you could choose whatever sights you want. I prefer iron sights because I think I shoot better with iron sights, and I could reach out to a couple 100 meters very easily with this rifle with iron sights. 300-meter shots with this rifle, it's a 20-inch rifle. Very easy, honestly, very doable with those iron sights, but that's because I train with it. You're not just going to pick up a rifle and, make it work magic. You need to zero your rifle, and you need to zero your rifle to specific ammunition, whatever it is you're using, whatever grainage, velocity, and brand you're going to use, and train with it. So if you can't get an AR-15, there's other options. But I'm going to talk about a pistol real quick. When it comes to a pistol, you want probably a Glock 9mm double stack magazine, just a basic Glock, and you want to invest in a good holster. This is a Safariland holster, and this is what most police departments, whatever, are probably going to be running. So it's gone through its paces for sure. It has a quick release. I can remove the holster from the gun belt, this little gun belt I have. But with that, just like with the rifle has a flashlight, the pistol has a flashlight. And just like the rifle has a sling, my pistol has a holster. And not just having a conceal or an open carry holster, but having a concealed carry holster that you can put in your waistband. That's kind of the big thing about a pistol, is you can take it places you can't take a rifle. You can conceal it. So that's kind of cool. You can carry it. So if you can't get those kind of weapons, maybe all you can get is like in some of the western states right now on the West Coast, you can't get an AR-15, but you can get something like a lever gun. And, you know, if that's all you can get, if all you can get is that lever gun, if that's all that's available, you should be training with it like your life depends on it. You should be the best lever gun rifleman there is. You should be like Chuck Connors from the TV show Rifleman. If you can't even get that, if all you can get is a flintlock, pistol, okay, you better be the best flintlock pistol guy, if that makes sense, that there is. You should be so proficient. It doesn't matter really. If you can't get an AR-15 and a 9mm, it doesn't matter. You should be training without all of it, right? But if all you can get is this, you better be able to load this and shoot it like the Brown Bess Mad Minute. They shoot 3 rounds a minute. That's one shot every 20 seconds out of your muzzleloader. You should be training as much as you can with whatever you have. Yeah. Whatever you got, whatever you have, train with it. Train with it. Train with it. At the end of the day, it all is going to fall down on your mental health and your physical health, like I was talking about, and the people in your community and the people you live with and your family. That's the most important thing. The guns are cool and all. The prepping, the tactical stuff, it's cool. But the most important thing is just having community and being a good person and having good people with you. That's what's important. And that, I think, is what's going to get Gen Z the farthest and make our situation better. Well, I hope you guys liked this video. If you didn't, dude, that's really like lame, I guess. And if you know any Gen Z men, please share this video with them. And just encourage them to better themselves and just, not to black pill, because I know it's really easy for us to get all depressed and sad at the situation. And, we look at the internet, we watch things on the news, and we're like, wow, everything's terrible. It doesn't have to be. It's not, it's not the end of the world is what I'm trying to say. Things will be okay. Well, this is Huck 4014. Drink water and do your push-ups.